Welcome to 2K Sports. We're ready to brighten the weekend with some Saturday night basketball. Alongside Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and Ali LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. Also joining us tonight is League Insider Shams Charania. Shams, we appreciate you being here for this one.
Always a pleasure, B.A. Thanks for having me drop by.
Brought your A game, I'm sure, partner.
Lots to talk about, B.A.
Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaking out. You take a look at the Heat, things stacking up nicely for them so far. #1 in their conference and looking formidable. And of course, the Detroit Pistons, they're currently 4th.
Right now for Detroit, what's impressive is they've reached much of their potential this year. The big question, though, people are asking is, do they have what it takes to become a front runner?
Well, I think that extra gear is coming, especially as we get further down the stretch, when you're trying to build momentum for a playoff run.
A look at the starting group for the Pistons. Ivy and Thompson are the 2 and the 3. Harris and Duran together in the middle. And it's Cunningham in at the 1. And for the Heat, Adebayo and Ware together inside. Mitchell out there with MP. And it's Powell in at the 3. Now here's MP. Launches a 3. Pure from three-point range.
It's critical you find a way to run MP off the line out there. He has that as a big part of his game.
Cunningham against MP. Cunningham out to Thompson. He shoots a 3. They get the rebound. Cunningham on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Powell. And it's Cunningham missing. Here's MP. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Taylor's got 5.
Well, MP goes through the defense for the score. Wow.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Eric Spoelstra and I got a chance to catch up for a bit. I asked him what his thoughts were on Cade Cunningham, and he said Cade is extremely talented. He's got great size. He plays under control. He's one of those guys that makes his teammates better. It's easy to see why he initiates so much of their offense. Guys, back over to you.
Thanks for that, Ali. And Shams, with younger teams like OKC taking the reins, new stars for fans to get acquainted with. Any concern there for the league?
You know, B.A., I think the parity in all these young up-and-coming players is good, and it would probably be more of a concern if these young teams weren't as formidable. But listen, stars like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, they have had their heyday. You want to see that next generation of players ready to carry the mantle, whether that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic, Cooper Flag, the list goes on.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. On the wing, Thompson. Pass to Cunningham. 6 to shoot. Back to Thompson. And almost all of the lottery picks in this year's draft coming out of college. Shams, what's changed over the years?
Yeah, these players in college are making so much money. In some ways, players that are going back to school at times are making just as much, if not more money than they would if they're being drafted. So the NIL money at play is the biggest story. Players no longer have to necessarily sacrifice their earnings. They can get the exposure. They can get the college experience, the big tournament. Also, they can get the big bag, the nice pocket change as well. So whether you stay in college or go to the NBA draft, whether you want to stay abroad, but in most cases enter college basketball, there's a lot of money there in NIL.
Game's popular as ever. Now here's Thompson. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. Cunningham outside. There's the triple, and Detroit another 3.
And look at how he's evolved from his rookie year. Cade is so much more confident in his 3.
And it's the Heat with the ball. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
In that game, they were the enforcers, and they were also efficient. That's the kind of balance coaches look for.
It really showed you how together they were as a team, playing for one another.
Some around the league, Shams, saying the Big Three super team era is done. You see it that way?
Listen, BA, the latest CBA clearly is designed to spread talent around the league, clearly is designed for parity around the league, but I really feel like the super team era really came and went pretty quickly. You saw Miami with their Big Three win it all. Kevin Durant to Golden State was really a one-off product of the salary cap spike in 2016. That's been about it. It's been about parity, but you still do need a couple stars in today's NBA to win.
Here's Harris following the three-point basket by Miami. Duren up top. Detroit moving the ball around. And here's Cunningham outside. Adebayo grabs the board.
Look, I know he wanted to answer with a three of his own, but you gotta play smarter. Play your game, not theirs.
Pistons trail by 10. Pass to Harris. Now Duren. To the paint. Here's Cunningham. Gets it to go. 3 makes, 9 attempts.
Well, he is not afraid to mix it up inside. Cunningham fighting for a basket there.
Now here's Powell. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Taylor passes to Adebayo. The three. And MP good for 3. MP's got 14 points. MP getting it done for Miami with 4 3-pointers in the quarter alone, proving he's a threat at the arc. We'll be right back after this word. We welcome you back to second. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Jaquez, and it's Taylor in for Andrew Wiggins. Detroit also making some changes. Tobias Harris checked in for Holland. Thompson comes in for LeVert, and Ivy subbed in for Sasser. Pistons trail by 6. And one thing you can say about today's NBA, Shams, it keeps you guessing.
Oh, does it? I mean, this is an era of wide open competition. You've seen the flattening of the lottery odds, the big comebacks, especially in the playoffs this past year, a different champion each season. These are exciting times to be sure, and I think continuingly with this collective bargaining agreement, we're going to see more and more parity in the league.
And a year-round news cycle, which is good for you.
I'll be ready, BA. You know this is much more fun for me.
Jovic and Bam play together inside. MP is out there with Tyler Hero. And it's Powell in at the 3. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And the basket by Taylor.
Oh, so competitive. MP with the response 3. This guy is all about winning.
Now here's Cunningham. Playing Orlando, he was nearly unstoppable. Thompson outside. Pass to Cunningham. Pocket 6. And it's Cade with the finish inside.
The shooters shoot, and he didn't quit. Much better performance this quarter.
Miami leading by 4. A deep 3 from MP. And again, Miami with a triple.
Woo, this guy is as hot as they come from distance. Defensively, you almost have to pick him up once he crosses half court.
Now here's Stewart. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. On the wing, Ivy. He's guarded by Hero. There's Cunningham with a 3. Rebounded by Jovic. Well, we know you got to get going, but thanks, Shams. As always, it's been fun and informative, my friend.
friend. BA, no problem. Always glad to join, but I gotta go. I gotta get to this news.
Man's got things to do. Always a pleasure to have Shams drop in. He knows everything that's going on in the league.
Well, he's really connected and he has great instincts. It's almost like he can sniff out a story better than anyone.
Yeah, and a triple from Harris, matching the one on the other end. Just great back and forth.
Oh, MP buries the triple.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Ivy outside. Back to Cunningham. 32 seconds left in the second period. And Cunningham throws it down.
Well, that's the thing about Cunningham. He can carry your offense. Tonight, he's doing it with his scoring.
Here's MP. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Taylor's got 28.
Well, he has dictated the tempo this entire quarter, getting basically whatever he wants offensively.
Hero left side. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's Miami from deep.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Well, they're making something very difficult look simple right now.
And so it's the Miami Heat in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. More 2K action in just a moment.
Hey folks, happy you joined us. The action tonight, a bit wild and a big deficit now for the Detroit Pistons.
Where's the intensity at the defensive end? They need to get a hand up and contest more shots.
Coach needs to encourage them to be better moving forward, just like I do with you guys.
I'd better put my feet up. It's getting deep in here. And shifting our focus now, a break. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
Timmy, look at some of the elite defenses over the years. What sets a great defense apart from the rest?
Well, three main things: personnel, scheme, and effort. But also BA switchability in the modern game is a huge part, as well as communication.
We think about defense as one-on-one, mano-a-mano. It's so much more than that, though.
It's five guys on a string.
And on the floor for J.B. Bickerstaff as we get into the second half. Thompson and Harris make up the forwards. Cade and Ivy, they're the backcourt. And it's Duren in at the center position. Harris outside. Here's Cunningham. Miami grabs the miss. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Next up on the schedule, the Clippers. That'll be a home game. And that'll be the finale in their 4-game homestand. Back to Adebayo. Good, and the assist goes to MP. Taylor's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
Harris outside. Duren with a screen on Adebayo. Harris passes to Duren. Thompson in the post. Working on Powell. Thompson's shot is off. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Miami Heat. A 12-point game. Last season, the Pistons winning a few playoff games for the first time since 2008, Tim.
Yeah, that's right. In the preceding 16 seasons, only 3 playoff appearances, and they were swept each time. This is a long time coming for Detroit. A team now that can not only make the postseason, but potentially make some noise.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Plenty of pressure for a player like Cade Cunningham, asked to shoulder the load. He said, that's what I asked for, to be in the NBA, to be in these moments. I try not to shy away from them. He practices meditation, and he says it's really helped me. Anytime I need to just reset, I can do it. Back to you, Brian.
Able to dial it in. Okay, thanks for the report, Alec. Cunningham, right side. Wide open look. And again, it's Detroit.
Well, as a team, they've been coming up short, but his pure scoring mentality as an individual has been unshakable.
MP making his presence felt.
And that is killer instinct, just continuing to pile it on.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Jovic, he's checked in for Miami. Caris LeVert's checked in for Detroit. All right, let's take a look at some numbers for Caris LeVert.
He's been playing a larger role in their offense over the past 5 games. And we see that in his usage rate, which has gone up during that stretch. We'll see if they continue to lean on him here tonight.
Harris outside. Fires for 3. On target from range. Harris has got 6 points.
Well, you can't give Tobias Harris that look from beyond the arc.
Pushing through the contact inside. MP.
Well, they're winning this game in large part due to how efficient he's been, and it's why they'll continue to go to him.
LeVert outside. And Detroit another 3.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
A deep 3 from MP. From beyond the arc and then some. MP's got 38 points. Pass to LeVert. A minute 9 left in the third quarter. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 5 rebounds tonight. And here's MP from outside. And the Heat, another 3.
And he has led the attack for them the entire game, and now he's trying to get them to the finish line.
Pass to Thompson. Back to LeVert. Here's Harris. This one for 3. That shot off the mark. MP outside. The 3 is up. Knocks it down from distance. Taylor's got 44.
Well, MP has been very aggressive here looking for his own offense, generating great results.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Harris outside. To stop the run. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Harris has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Now that takes serious effort and a light touch.
No need to overdo it. Just lightly tip it in. And here's MP from outside. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
That is just a killer 3 to end the quarter. The kind of shot that really gives you momentum.
And meanwhile, Eric Spoelstra rallying the troops.
Trust it. Good to great. Good to great. Don't settle for average shots. Move it.
And Coach Spoelstra instructing his guys to look for them. Going with almost an entirely new group here. Ware's checked in for Johnson. Adebayo comes in for Jaquez. Mitchell's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And it's Taylor in for Hero. And the Pistons will go for a different look here. Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Harris comes in for Holland. Thompson, he's checked in for LeVert. And Ivy subbed in for Sasser. Adebayo and Ware together inside. Mitchell out there with MP. And it's Powell in at the small forward position. That's the group in the game for the Heat.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
And here are the Pistons. They're on a 14-6 run. Now Harris. Now Ivy puts up the tray. Oh, the shot is off. Here's MP. Adebayo outside. Mitchell fires. The three ball is down.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Cunningham with the ball. Takes a three. Oh, the range of Cunningham.
And Cunningham answers right back with a 3 of his own.
Miami leading by 11. Here's MP. For 3. Good! That's another bucket.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. Cunningham. Rebounded by Adebayo.
And you see the frustration on his face. He had a great opportunity there, and he blew it.
Knocks down the trifecta.
They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
I think the key here is to be careful about playing it too safely. Just keep doing what you're doing.
A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Mitchell. Oh, the long ball, no good. Pistons trail by 17.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Heat.
Absolute fireworks display. High-scoring game. They were unstoppable, Grant.
Yeah, just relentless from start to finish. And the pace was furious. Ultimately, they wore out the other team.
And reaching a nice milestone, an even 20 wins on the year.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with a win in the first game.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for MP.
Gotta respect the leadership he showed today. Made great reads and distributed the ball accordingly.
And so MP will bring it up for the Miami Heat. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. Now Adebayo. Here's MP. 5 to shoot. Shoots a 3. Oh, connects again.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Pass to Thompson. So no problem for Miami as they get the win. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
All right, now let's go courtside to Dominic Hamill.
A memorable evening. MP passes 40 points in leading his team to victory. Before you were a star, MP, you were a fan. This kind of effort is special for you to experience as it was to watch when you were growing up?
Oh, 100%. It's not that I'm surprised or anything, but it always feels good to drop 30 or more. It doesn't mean much if you lose, though, but if you win, now that's the best feeling in the world. And that feeling never gets old.
Great. Thanks a lot, MP.
Yep.
BA, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Dom. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation. We'll see you next time.